Welcome to Blunt Kings, motherfucker.
Yo,
What up?
welcome back to another episode of the Blunt Kings podcast. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val. This is my boy.
A Omega with the funky dope flavor, aka the Funko, the Drunko, the Feo, Ao, the Ao of all Feos. Ya tú sabes.
Hey, we're on.
I can't calm down. I'm gonna be done.
Not us.
No,
Not me.
we are on episode 27 right
Fucking
now.
27 already.
That makes 53 episodes of podcasting in the past 7 months.
Week coming.
Congratulations to A Omega. Thank you for sticking
Congratulations
this shit
to
out, dog.
TOV.
Hey, I just do what I can on the editing side, bro. And
Yo, the magic
and
lies
the
with you.
ideas and stuff. Some of the ideas.
Man, you always come
We
through with that
collaborate
good
on the
shit.
ideas, dude. I'm not gonna lie about that shit. I like to give credit where credit's due, and
Yo.
not pretend that I make up every single idea. You know what I mean?
No. I mean,
But no,
there's a lot of stuff that you do that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the editing and stuff like that, I do not have that patience there. My mom knew I didn't have that patience. There was certain little shit like that. Other patience that I do have there, you know, consistency, doing certain things, falling in line, knowing how to cue in, knowing how to stay attentive with the lines. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about those ones there, folks. There, you know what I'm saying?
no, I know you ain't talking about that shit.
But when it comes to this here at the Blunt Kings, this is what the fuck we do. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing. You know, there's not a lot of people out here really doing the thing that we're doing.
No,
You know what
I
I
think we're back full circle. We did start in on January when we first started the podcast, but
Right.
we were kind of like I said, we're finding our groove. We're finding on how we're going to organize this until we finally decided to go week at a time with this shit. So we are definitely going to start covering it week at a time. The first couple episodes were a month at a time, so it kind of like just gave us a blah of everything. So we're definitely breaking it down now. And then when we finally catch back up, we're gonna jump into some new shit. You know what I'm saying?
We'll be up in the current there again too.
We're still going to be the Blunt
we're
Kings. It's
covering
just-
the bases.
We're just doing hip hop history for these first 50 episodes plus, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to start jumping into some other blunt topics for us to talk about
And y'all gonna
for
trip
us
out
to
on that.
react to and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. We are going to bring G Talk back. DBG is in the mix of buying his mic setup and his headphones. So I'm super pumped about that shit.
Oh
Shout-
man,
shout
y'all
out to
gonna watch out.
DBG.
You're gonna find 3 funny musketeers up in this Budsketeers there, bro.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
You
All we
guys
gotta
are
do
gonna
is
trip the fuck
pull
out.
the camera back a little bit, throw them in the middle.
All 3 of us there,
And
y'all
we're
gonna
good.
laugh your asses off there. I swear, there's not. You know, it's gonna strike every fucking funny bone in your body there. And as far as like us being able to relate to each other, I mean, it's magical there, folks. You guys are gonna trip the fuck out.
I agree. All right. So Blunt Kings, episode 27, hip hop's
get it.
hidden reset button, why late January controls the culture, 1985 to 2026. You ready to jump into it, AO?
Yo, let's jump into it like a swimming pool, baby.
All right, before we
Dive
do
in.
that, we're gonna do
Happy birthday, homie.
January birthdays, 4th week of January. We got a bunch of birthdays from iconic legends. J. Cole, he was born in January 28th, 1985.
Okay,
January 29th, Riff Raff was born.
that sounds about right there. He think he is a motherfucking Riff Ross. So I got you there.
Kid Cudi was born January 30th, 1984. He's a year older than J. Cole.
Okay,
Rick Ross, he was born January 28th, 1976. And Rakim, legendary hip hop MC, born January 28th, 1968.
damn. I know, yeah. Exactly.
J. Cole, Rick Ross, Rakim, and Kid Cudi, all having birthdays. And Riff Raff, I do like your shit. You're funny as hell, but like you're like funny in your own way. You're a legend in like that freestyle hilarious shit. You know what I mean? But these guys are all fucking like lyrical legends. Minus Rick Ross, he's all right. You
I
know
mean,
what
Rakim, you can't fuck around with Rakim.
Yeah, Rakim is the dopest
That's
on
a
there. J.
god.
Cole is second.
He's like a
dopest.
god.
Then it probably goes to third, Kid Cudi, Rick Ross, and then Riff Raff. You know what I mean? Like that'd be the order of who
For
I
you,
think,
for
who I
sure.
think would be.
Well, I would say it'd be Rakim.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As far as like the influence there, because if I recall there,
He was my first.
I
choice.
remember J. Cole and Rick Ross came out at the same time, besides Every Day I'm Hustling, you know what I mean? And then fucking J. Cole. Some of his early stuff came off of like mixtapes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
wasn't really put on like that with the label right away there. He had to make himself up and like, you know what I mean? Like he didn't have a lot of push right away for him.
Yeah, he was like kind of like a young Hove, right? Like
Yeah. I remember, what was it like
the Versace crew necks and the
he
Caesar
had
fade.
the bomber jacket, like the baseball jacket, and like
Yeah.
the fucking, you know, up in the fuck is it, the changing room and shit for the motherfucking high school and shit, the phys ed, right? We're like, yo, change into your shorts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like motherfucking all that shit there back in the day. PE, like you was in the fucking PE fucking bathroom and shit and the showers and all that. Like,
Yeah, that's
so
funny.
that kind of turned me off there for sure. But I'll say Riff Raff there, that fool came out more with like just like the crazy avant-garde style with the grills and the hair and the trucks and the, you know, he was up there with me like around the time that the 6ix9ines were like everybody was looking for something.
The Hazelnut
new and-
Harrison Ford, dog.
Hazelnut Harrison Ford, dog. Son of a bitch. Wow.
That's what I like Riff Raff about. Like he actually comes up with these these genius either beginning bars or ending bars, and they're fucking hilarious, dude. Bro, shout out to P37. We mixed some of your swamp water fumes rosin with the
strawberry
pie rosin, and then we threw it in the middle of some of that. What was it?
I call it the Crainbow City.
Oh, Crainbow City, bud. This shit is crazy right now. Like I haven't tasted any flavor like this in any bud rosin mixture ever. So you guys might want to think about that, P37. Speaking about stores and brands, this episode is brought to you by
Bizcochitos.
Bizcochitos brand, the illest edible cookie in New Mexico. Definitely.
It's not just a Christmas cookie.
It's
It's a New Mexico State cookie.
all year long, motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying?
And, you could definitely find the rest of these at Cookies. They are sold out everywhere else, so make sure you guys get down to Cookies. They definitely got the last batch of them.
All of
so
them.
make sure you guys go get those for sure.
We're gonna get those new ones in. We're gonna get out with the, you know, the Christmas holiday spirit flavors in. Then like again, like I always said, jumping into the chocolate chip there, jumping into you know what I mean, something now maybe for
Snickerdoodle.
St. Patrick's Day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The holidays. I think they're gonna come through with different flavors for different holidays. You know
Make
what
sure
I
you
mean?
guys get your handles on Bizcochitos, every single form that comes out, definitely.
The best.
The best. All right, Ayo, you ready to start the show, dog?
Yo, dog, I'm ready as I am ready to smoke this blunt. I'm already smoking it. Let's do this.
All right. Yo. 1985, the blueprint for crossover rap. Run-D.M.C. drops King of Rock, released January 21st, 1985, entering the January 22nd, 28th window that we're looking for. So this album permanently shifted hip-hop ceiling. King of Rock fused rap with rock aesthetics, broke MTV barriers, and helped legitimize hip-hop as album-driven music, not just singles. It also became one of the earliest rap LPs pressed on CD, signaling hip-hop's commercial future.
That it did. It secured that shit for Russell Simmons. Still now is getting royalties from all of that back in the day.
No, it's just
You know
funny.
what I
Like
mean?
when we mentioned the stuff from 85, we're like, what do you think about that, y'all? It was there. And we were like,
it was there.
We were months old.
And then by the time when we were fucking, 10, we were already rocking with artists that were already part of that fucking whole movement.
Yeah, but from 85 to 88, definitely that shit was ran by Run-D.M.C. and people like that. Was
Beastie
it Rick
Boys.
Rubin, Beastie Boys,
LL.
Russell Simmons, LL Cool J? They were just running shit at this point.
Numbers,
Yeah.
music videos,
Yeah.
music videos there. Holiday theme there. Numbers,
Lots of
baby.
numbers for sure.
And still killing it to this day there. Those fucking.
And then in 1988, the gold era confidence, Run-D.M.C. dropped again.
How coincidental?
I'm not going out like that. Released January 24th, 1988, at a time when rap credibility mattered more than polish. This single reinforced Run-D.M.C.'s defiant, street-rooted stance as newer acts were emerging in the scene. The message: pioneers weren't stepping aside quietly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember even hearing one of their newer albums that came out like in the 2000s or something like that, and it had like Jagged Edge on it and a bunch of cool people on the features, and that album was sick, dog. Like when you hear like Run can actually fucking flow. Like he actually has some good ass metaphors in the way he structures his shit. Yeah, he's super dope, bro. And
Everybody got a piece of that blueprint.
they definitely come out and prove that they can't be fucked with every once in a while, for sure.
Don't fuck with
But
them.
yeah, shout out to Run-D.M.C. Rest in peace, Jam Master Jay. Shout out to Run, and who else?
Russell.
It was just
Rick
them
Rubin
three.
there. Well, I mean, shout out. I mean, they're the motherfucking ones that are pioneering it there for sure.
So the
but it was
DJ was Jam Master Jay, and
Jam
then there was
Master
Run
Jay,
and DMC,
Run and
right?
DMC there
Okay,
for
yeah.
sure.
So
And
shout
both
out to
of
all
them
three of you
cats, man.
guys, Rick
Yeah.
Rubin, Russell Simmons, all that shit. Yeah.
Yep. Y'all still making money.
All right.
Make that money, man.
Moving along.
Do a tour.
1994, Underground and Outsider Energy. The UMCs were dropping the album Unleashed, January 25th, 1994. A sharp example of early 90s alternative East Coast hip hop. It was local, it was gritty, and proudly outside the mainstream.
Nice.
Do you remember these guys, the UMCs?
The UMC's 94?
Nah, I really
10
didn't.
o'clock there. I mean, I was 10 years old, you know what I mean? Fucking, I was super West Coast. Warren G was coming out.
Yeah, that's what
You
I was
know what I
listening to. I was
mean?
listening to like My DJ, and I had Doggy Style on tape at this time.
Yeah, see, all of that was going on for me, the Chronic. And I think 94 there also, we just got introduced to Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Very true. That's what I was
You know what I
listening to. I
mean?
was listening
Yeah.
to Creeping on a Come Up.
Yep, I
and
was gonna say,
definitely
"For the
waiting
love
for
of my name."
East 99 Eternal to drop. And then that
Mm-hmm.
shit dropped. I was waiting for the Crossroads single.
Standing on a corner straight slanging
Slanging
rocks.
Ah,
Oh, shit.
Here comes the motherfucking cops. So I
Damn.
dash, I duck, and I
Hide
hide behind a tree.
Making sure the fucking
Motherfuckers don't see me.
That was the...
Now
Those
my
are the main
game
notes.
is tight as hell. No, I'm kidding. All right, cool. So yeah, we're definitely big fans of Bone Thugs and Harmony at this time. Snoop Dogg, Warren G, all the G-Funk stuff that was coming out, the Chronic.
But I understand they were like that East Coast there were like the slowdown there because that was like the underground for me of, you know what I mean? Instead of hearing the mainstream rock and roll people there, like, okay, yeah, I got Ted Nugent and you know what I mean? I'm listening to all these other guys, Huey Lewis in the news there. No, fuck no, I'm gonna just go and listen to like some underground rock shit in the village somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I need something that's gonna fucking switch up some spices in the flavor of the same fucking pot that I eat every day called life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw yourself
The
a
stirring
wrench.
pot, yeah.
Fuck, you know what I mean? Give yourself some other seasoning you don't use all the time. Invite yourself into something better for that palate because really the fucking variety is, you know, the spice of life, folks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The more you know, the more you know.
All right. 3 days later, Insane Clown Posse drops Ringmaster, January 28th, 1994. This album was the laid foundational bricks for ICP's cult following, proving that regional and outsider rap scenes could build massive independent movements without industry approval. Damn. ICP,
Hit that shit. There you
definitely
go.
one of the first groups
Preach,
to actually be fully independent throughout their whole career. They did have a couple of times where they were signed with a couple of labels, but then the labels
Janky promote.
ended up dropping them, you know what I mean, and forgetting all about them and forgot that they gave them a fucking $1 million advance like 3 months before they dropped them and shit. So they definitely got like this dope ass jump head start. You know what I'm saying? Like whenever they were first coming up, and I remember hearing Ringmaster for the first time. I bought this album, bro. I bought the tape. No. I bought the CD. Very first time I bought Ringmaster was at LA Underground. Shout out to LA Underground. Thanks for blessing us with the outfits for this episode for sure. Shout out to Smooch and the rest of the crew.
All the apparels.
You guys
today
are
is brought
super
to you
dope.
by-
LA Underground has definitely been like that hip hop staple that's been around since fucking the 90s. In
Okay, yo,
Albuquerque.
so let's break it down. For the native nuevos, for the native burqueños there, for the real graffiti folk there, you know what I mean, that stay tapped in, tapped in and tuned in.
Yeah.
What?
I like that,
what's
tap tuned.
word? Tap tuned, you know what I mean? Tapped in and tuned. You know what I'm saying? So
love
tap
that.
tuned
I
there.
love that.
What is the name of the current location there? Just because, we're so used to
Oh.
calling it that, you know what I mean? Like, it'll always be that for us in our heart, but we know that that's not the current name, so if we want to...
No, it's still LA Underground, but they have a brewery right next door to it. And
that's what's called Green Chili Skateboards, right?
Oh, Green Chili Skateboards is the skateboarding company that's inside, but LA Underground is definitely like the foundation store. Yeah, it's still LA Underground. It's been LA Underground, and it's always gonna be LA Underground until the last day. I love buying graffiti fucking products from them. I love buying T-shirts and hats from there. Definitely one of those stores in Albuquerque that's like just like that underground rap vibe, and when you go in there, you just have a really good time. Honestly, it's
And
not
so looking at your
that big
hat
of a
there,
shop.
Your hat almost has the same colors, almost like a motherfucking
Carnival of Carnage.
yeah, like a motherfucking Joker's card there.
Yeah,
You know
hell
what I
yeah.
mean? Which
And
is
we're
crazy.
talking about Insane Clown Posse Ringmaster. So yeah, when I 1st bought the CD, LA Underground, it was on Candelaria. No, it was like San Mateo and Candelaria area,
Okay.
across the street from Pistol Pete's before it was Peter Piper's. Just so you know, I'm telling the truth, and I'm from Albuquerque, and I've been here since fucking 2.
Since two.
But other than that, I was in Santa Fe, so still New Mexican like fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Don't be trying to talk like us because you guys came from fucking Farmington and Grants and all that bullshit. Like, we're the originators of real slang and real culture when it comes to, you know, that talk that we have, that fucking attitude that we have. You know what I mean? Everyone else just copied our shit, dog. Straight up, everyone copied Santa Fe and Albuquerque, and I'm just gonna throw that out there since now.
Not to mention hardcore North.
That's what I'm saying.
North.
Yeah, like Espanola, Pecos,
Let's give it up to
Las Vegas.
Give it up to my
shout out
folks.
to everybody in the North that has created and stapled the fucking slang to people's fucking lips. You know what I mean? And that's all I got to say about that shit. All these other fuckers that come out from like West New Mexico and then they start talking like Northern New Mexicans. It's like weird as fuck to me, dog. Like, but whatever. Anyway, ICP,
Blood Kings.
they dropped Ringmaster. It was a dope second album that they released on their Joker's cards.
And it just took their fucking shit even further.
What's even funny is, you know, flash forward 25 years later or whatever the fuck. What is it? Like 22? Yeah, like 21 years later. Drake is wearing a Ringmaster fucking hockey jersey in one of his Instagram posts because he's been a fan of ICP since he was a kid. And that's what I was saying in one of our other episodes, right? Like, you can kind of like see some of the influence and the I don't give a fuck in some of these artists, and you're like, hey, where did that come from? I think that shit came from ICP,
These guys,
honestly.
possibly there.
Yeah, the dyed hair, the dreadlocks, like all that shit. Like, whether these
6ix9ine.
new rappers like to admit it or not, that shit is all ICP stamped and approved, and you guys are
Sealed
definitely
and delivered.
you guys are definitely doing the Dark Carnival's work
And that was just 94.
without even knowing it.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 94 is a good year to be alive, dog, honestly. And then we're going to move along. Female artist, Just Marvelous. She dropped January 24th,
Shout out to the
1995.
female artists.
A West Coast street release reflecting the raw, unfiltered side of regional rap that often went undocumented by major media, to tell you the truth. What do you think?
They was still fighting and clawing for it there. You know what I mean? They came from the days where females didn't break out as solo artists there,
Right.
which is crazy. Unless you had a backing of crazy investments there and a good marketing team and a good manager and a good touring, you know what I mean, company to keep up with that there. It was hard to bust out that. That's why everybody was in a group of threes. Or you know what I mean? They figured if you had threes there, everybody had a little bit more to contribute there. But, you know, even for us there back in that days, all we started with was a DJ and an MC.
Yeah.
That was it.
And a street light.
Maybe you had a hype man. You know what I mean? Maybe
And a
you-
boombox.
Well, a good example would be like Chuck D, right?
Oh, yeah. I see
Chuck-
where you're going with this now.
Chuck D and the DJ there, they could always set it up there and, you know, do the rhymes and shit there. But you need to have somebody to initiate that. Y'all ready to fucking stand up? Don't.
Throw your hands in
Come
the
on,
air,
let's go.
motherfucker. Yeah,
Little
like-
John.
yeah.
Little John is a
hype man
motherfucking
slash
hype
DJ.
man.
Slash DJ.
Hype man, yeah, slash DJ.
Slash producer, yeah.
But, you know, I mean, lyricist is good there. You know, he got some shit to say when he needs to say it, but that initially doesn't make him like, I mean, I'm not going to say it like that, but I'm going to say it like this there. You got, you know, it's either one or the other. Either one or the other there. You really concentrate
You
on the
heard it.
hardcore hip hop fucking aspect, like you're an artist there, or you're a producer trying to be an artist there. Yeah, it's cool every once in a while if you're a producer there and you make all these beats for everybody, and you know what? You're like, hey, I'm tired of hearing everybody else rap. I want to do something myself and say that I got some bars. Understandable there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you build your career on fucking doing that, snap your fingers, do your step, by yourself, let me see your second tail feather. Or you know what I'm saying? Shake it like a salt shaker.
All I know is this blunt tastes like a peppermint stick right now.
Man,
and
that
it's
should be
fucking
crazy. I had to
blowing
put
my
that
mind,
shit,
dog.
man.
No, I hit the hash, dude, and when it hits
Woo.
that hash, we mixed 2 hash rosins together and then threw it in the middle of some new bud.
Mm-hmm.
The mixture right now
Wild.
tastes like fucking peppermint, dude.
It's straight nutso.
It's crazy. All right, moving along. All right. Various artists Project Blow dropped January 25th, 1995, one of the most important underground compilations ever. Project Blow captured Los Angeles freestyle movement, launching a wave of avant-garde lyricism that would influence underground rap for decades. It had Freestyle Fellowship on it. It had AC Alone on it. It had a bunch of fucking dope-ass underground LA artists, and they're just showcasing lyricism on dope-ass beats. They weren't even like West Coast type beats. Like the sounds were kind of West Coasty, but it was straight boom bap. You know what I mean? Like that shit's fire as fuck.
It was almost like in comparison to what we're talking about in the East Coast at that time with the UMCs.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? Like they was just like their own super gritty, like, yo, we don't do anything in the clubs like everybody else. So like, you know, you gotta kind of be involved and be invited to come around. You know what I mean? It was almost like a really dark little time where it would be like, you know, invite only.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it'd be like these really cool, like dim lit underground type clubs, and like remember like Lyricist Lounge type shit. You know what I mean? Like that's where most Def came from, Talib Kweli, Raucous Records type shit. Where I think Eminem was on Sound Bombing too, but they had the Lyricist Lounge 1, 2, and 3, and that's where like even Nate Dogg and Pharoah Monch ended up on a song for "Oh No," scared to
that was
Soul.
a great song.
That was
dog.
one of my favorite hip hop songs of all time. You know what I mean?
Say my name,
MC's
say
ju-
my
yeah.
name. Yeah.
When you say my name, say my name.
That was
Allow
his
me to
line,
state
yeah.
my claim.
Oh, dog.
Cause dick riding ain't my thing. We did what they what we say they did what they couldn't. Now we step up and took it. Now the whole world is shook in. Oh yeah, that shit was dope as fuck.
Aight,
Dog.
dog. I've been
Yeah.
listening to me some fucking Yasin there, babe. Even some other shit there. You know what I mean? Like just that. I mean, that takes me back.
MCs just step on down.
Come
to the
on,
brand
man.
new
Come on back.
episode to catch your beat down. That shit's so fire,
fucking
dog.
fun.
But yeah, so
Oh,
definitely,
man.
Project Blowed is definitely like the West Coast version of Lyricist Lounge. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's just really so cool to see albums like that. I remember when I was in San Diego, I bought this underground hip hop, and I talked about it on a prior episode, but it was like this underground hip hop Los Angeles lyrical fucking shit, and it had like AC Alone and all those type guys on it, dog.
Right.
And I just remember hearing the shit while I was listening to I think I bought like a Mobb Deep album from one of the stores out there. So I was listening
Yeah,
to
like murder music.
just
or
hardcore
one
East
of them.
Coast, West Coast, but they're both boom bap, both grimy, both just flexing lyrical ability. And it was just crazy to listen to both of those at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we had options.
Yeah.
You know,
it
that's
was really
what
cool.
I
It was
miss
like-
about that shit.
Yeah,
man.
like, oh, I want to grab something from the East Coast and something from the West Coast.
And
just see
something
what
from
it
the
is,
South.
And something from the South and something from the Midwest and see what
Yep.
it is and just fucking go off of it. If I like them, I like them. If not, I don't. And we ended up finding like some of our favorite groups that way. You know what I'm saying? Like the 3-6 Mafias, the ICPs, the
Mac Dre's
the Mac
stuff.
Dre's, the Big
Oof.
Crits, the let's see, who else?
Akon.
Yeah, Akon. Even Akon. Like when
Akon there,
when
for
Akon
sure.
first came out, dog, he was freestyling on a Obi Trice instrumental. Remember that shit? I don't know about you, but the
Spic-
street's been good to me.
Yep. That one was old.
Like that
school.
was one of the sickest songs I've ever heard from Akon. And those are just those things that you find when you're experimenting. Like, I just want to see what the other region is having to offer this year. And then you boom, there it is.
You're good.
And you get a dose of all three, all four, or two if you're just doing East and West Coast or East and South or West and South or whatever, Midwest and South.
And then you kept going and it
however
was
you
like,
do it, but then you keep
little
going,
boozy
yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They started getting into the boozy baby. Hey, man, yo. You know what I'm saying? So, in general, there, you know what I mean? We got a lot of shit to say. We listen to a lot of music there, folks. A lot of music there. You know, I mean, we're like musical librarians inside of our brains.
and like we
there.
would just mix it up. Like I remember one time I was taking I think it was a plane trip to Florida or something like that, and I remember all I took was 2 CDs with me. It was a bunch of Eminem freestyles that he was doing on the radios. Like, yeah, that was it.
You're a fucking
This
maniac.
chick
What the
because I study the CDs. You know how I do. Like I
Yeah, well,
literally,
you were getting in professional
I
mode
listen.
there.
I listen
Yeah,
to
yeah,
every
yeah.
line for line, and I repeat it in my head. And I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like, how did they write that? How did they say that? You know what I mean? Like, so
That's right.
like,
I used to break it down when I used to write word for word.
yeah, that's how I learned. That's how I learned how to write music. Is I would listen to a song and write what they were
word
saying.
for word, and then read it to myself.
And then just replay it. Well, at first I'd write it down. You know what I mean? But you'd have to rewind it or hit
replay
on the track until you heard that part that you just wrote down, and then try to remember every single word of the next part. And then
feels cassette.
when you finally did that shit, when it was, oh my God.
You used to stop it because it was right there.
I never did that on cassette. No.
It took forever.
I made like cassette tape, like mixtapes, like where I would like off the radio, I'd be like, oh, this is a cool jam, and I'd hit record and play at the same time. You know what I mean? And I would just make a bunch of tapes that I just had a bunch of cool radio jams on them, but that was it. But as far as like learning to write music, that's how I did it. You would literally have to write line for line of your favorite song, most complicated one preferred. You know what I mean? So you can kind of get the gist of how to be a rapper, right? And then when you finally wrote it down, you repeat that shit when you hit play, and you fucking try to hit every fucking line.
Boom.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just how we did it. I don't know. Were we the only ones that did it that way? I'm not sure.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
if you
let
did.
us know in the comments for sure. Let's see. Oh, man. This is the last one. For this, before we go to break, The Roots drop Do You Want More, January 17, 1995. Though just before the week, it's jazz rap fusion that dominated late January conversations and expanded what live instrumentation meant to hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? We definitely love the Roots. Questlove, one of the best drum players and just musicians in general. You see him with the big fro and the afro pick, and then you see Black Thought, one of the most dopest lyricists that anybody's ever heard.
Underrated.
If you listen to one verse from Black Thought, you're automatically a fucking fan. And especially if you're a fan of like hip hop and lyricism and like what brings us to
what we
the
call
forefront of what we call actual lyricism and the top 5 and of actual being a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of people say, oh, top 5 is based off how much you sell or what have you. But no, Black Thought's definitely top 5 rapper of all time based on his lyrical ability. And we will showcase our love for that and give you your flowers right here.
All day.
So shout out to Questlove and shout out to Black Thought. Shout out to the rest of the Roots. Super dope group. They've actually opened up for multiple hip hop acts. They've done Jay-Z's Unplugged, his background music, Jaguar Wright singing the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just a bunch of dope shit. Like they're always going to be cemented in the land of hip hop when it comes to who's really in the fucking shit and been in the mix and actually does hip hop. You know, I was trying to figure out the last line.
No. I was going to say there.
This hash is getting to me.
One more thing there, not to mention America sees them every night. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
That's right.
hey. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're
That's
the-
him
they're
there,
the new
man.
group for Jimmy
America sees them every fucking night there. They're the only fucking group there that has ever
If you
been.
didn't know, that's the Roots.
That's like being on a Johnny Carson show or being on Letterman every night or Jay Leno every night and you're the backup band there. More Americans see them every night than any other group.
Yeah.
You know, trip out on that.
All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to jump into 1996 to 2006.
Welcome to Blunt Kings, motherfucker.
You're doing good. Smoke weed every day.
Yo, we
do?
are back with episode 27 of the Blunt Kings podcast. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, T.O. Val. This is my boy.
Hey, Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the fail, the funkle, the drunkle, the ale, the fail, the failest of all ales. Y'all already know.
When the hash hits in the blunts, we get so fucked up. Like it, but
Super
this is a
twisted.
different kind of fucked up. Like, this shit really tastes like peppermint schnapps almost. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, welcome back to the show. We are jumping back into the last week of January from 1985 to 2026. And right now we're in the year of 1996. Before we went to break, we did everything from 1985 to 1995. Now we're going to cover 1996 to 2026. What do you think about... Oh, yeah, let me find this.
All those old times.
What do you think about when the DOC dropped Helter Skelter January 23rd, 1996, a comeback attempt from one of the West Coast rap's most tragic what ifs, reflecting resilience after industry and personal setbacks. If you guys don't remember, the DOC was part of NWA. He definitely got his throat crushed in a car accident.
Yeah.
And it crushed his larynx, and it prevented him from ever making rap music. He was one of the dopest lyricists, had one of the sickest voices in rap before this happened.
I believe he was at Houston.
I think he's at Dallas, Houston. Yeah.
He's a Texan.
He's the one that's in NWA that's wearing the Lakers jersey, right? Like he's like when he was talking shit to Eazy-E, he's like, "You do that shit, little motherfucker."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
yeah,
In the film.
And then right after that, he crashed, and the crash crushed his larynx, and it fucked him up for life. Like, I think now they're trying to get him to do an album like how Beanie Siegel did that single where he put his lyrics into AI, and then they took his old voice from his old tracks and blended it together, and it came out with a brand new track. I think they're gonna try to do that with the DOC
With
for
DOC?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that'd be dope. So shout out to the DOC, one of the dopest MCs in the game. Like he's definitely up there with like Black Thought for sure. Like Black Thought definitely was inspired by the likes of the DOC and beyond. You know what I mean?
Word.
Would you say that was accurate?
I would definitely say it's accurate. No, I'll be like, no, fuck no, that's wrong. No. That's up to point there. You know what I mean? We done our studies.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and then this is one person we didn't study, and I couldn't even find him when I went to go look up. I don't even know if it's a girl or a guy. Speech. Who remembers Speech and the album name Speech? It dropped January 23rd, 1996. It was conscious rap, maintaining relevance during a harder, more polarized mid-90s landscape.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you there.
This is when Tupac and Biggie around. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this was the one there where you probably forgot, man. This is Speech there. Afrocentric times, dog. Speech is motherfucking Arrested Development. Yes.
I did not know that.
Hey.
I got another wrinkle on the brain.
You know what I mean? Mr. Window. Mr. Window there, dog. That was a crazy one. Did you say horseshoes? Right? Lord have mercy, I have come. You know, stranded out, but Lord, am I so thirsty.
I still don't. I
Take me to another place.
Oh, there we go.
Take me to another land. Help me don't get all that hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
Okay, I know that shit. Okay, so that's Speech?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So shout out to Speech. I know who you are now.
Yeah,
shout out to A Omega. He had to bring that shit back, but
had to just bring it out of me, man. I'm Afrocentric, man.
This was the era context of the time. Like Tupac and Biggie were dominating headlines. Wu-Tang was reshaping group economics, and the East and West Coast tension was starting to define hip hop's public narrative. So that's kind of why I don't remember hearing this, because I was really into like Doggy Style and Warren G.
Yeah, it's well, they had their
trickled
attention.
over into Biggie and Pac, and I remember
controversy.
I remember buying the Word Up magazine that had the thing that said East Coast West Coast versus West Coast. I wish I still had that magazine, but yeah, that was definitely what was occupying my attention at the time. Was why are Biggie and Pac fighting? It was all good just a week ago. You know what I mean? Like it was just crazy because, you know, we were trying to follow it like on some social media shit, but the only way to follow that
magazines
plus wrestling, which I used to follow a lot back in the day, and
sports.
I would go
Michael Jordan.
I would go grab the Source. I would go grab Double XL. This is in my later teen years, and then I would grab the WWF magazine. You know what I mean? Like there was just what I did, and sometimes I'd grab the Gamers Plus magazine. You know what I mean? If it had a game in there that I just bought, like so I could see like the cheat codes or whatever, stuff like that. But yeah, that's definitely what I was doing around this time. So like Take Me to Another Place was a little bit too like old for me. You know what I mean?
Well, it was just like I said, those are those cats.
Older thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean? They was already, you know, that was high school for them. They was already in college and shit like that. You know what I mean? And we was bouncing it. We were just little pups in the park, you know what I mean? Waiting in the street lights to come on so that we can go and, you know, mac on a little hood rat honey bun, and you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. But you know what I mean? But yeah, they were more Afrocentric there, and you know what I mean, coming from, you know, again too, the South and the Central South there, you know what I mean, talking about Tennessee and this and that, and you know what I mean, some of the other approaches there, but they were very Afrocentric, and that's what I remember there, because they were always a real positive group there. You know what I mean? No matter what they did. And I believe there that the band that, you know, helped brew all of that there for Arrested Development there. They actually came through this past year there, so shout out to the whole band, you know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
But yo, moving on.
All right, moving along. 1997, Harlem Cool and soundtrack culture was among us. Camp Low dropped Uptown Saturday Night, January 28th, 1997. A cult classic. Camp Low introduced Slick slang, heavy Harlem luxury rap, smooth, stylish, and completely unconcerned with trends. This is the song that you reminded me of. What was it again?
Lucchini.
Oh yeah.
This is it. What? Lucchini hit me up. Yo,
Yeah.
represent what?
Yeah.
What?
He was kind of reminding me of like MF Doom or something like that at the time.
That one,
know
they
what
were
I'm
just
saying?
great there. Again, too, they had that real vibey, heavy city cab, gritty culture. You know what I'm saying? Like hopping in and out of the diner, and you know what I mean, just keeping it
Like
real.
like the newsboy hats on and
Keeping it OG.
You know, like some brown flannel type shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, with a big overcoat, you know what I mean? A heavy leather with the big hoodie on it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Weatherproof, you know what I'm saying? Waterproof, all of that there. Hater-proof,
Yeah.
straight up.
And then let's see, right after that, Gridlock soundtrack came out January 28th, 1997. Soundtracks were cultural vehicles in the 90s, and Gridlock blended street realism with cinematic storytelling. Super dope album. Rest in peace to Tupac. Definitely one of the best rappers of all time. We talked about how he goes almost diamond every year every generation, or every year. I think it's every year, honestly. But yeah, shout out to Tupac, man. We miss you, bro. We definitely got you up here, standing on top of the fucking the dead rappers action figures case right here for sure. So
Top, baby.
much love, Tupac.
Rest in peace, my
Let's see
boy.
what dropped after that. Remember the West Coast Bad Boys?
Uh-oh.
Various artists, No Limit, West Coast Bad Boys 2, a snapshot of regional dominance during the peak of compilation albums and the peak of No Limit, honestly. I definitely had a bunch of cool songs on there. Mac Dre was on there.
And that was actually like, well, he was like barely tweaking into it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like he was getting the recipe from the West Coast there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that time there for sure. And it's interesting there because I mean you really don't hear that. You can hear his style there, but you don't hear like the South with him yet until he goes back home.
Right.
And he takes all of this, like, you know what I mean, knowledge that he
Yeah.
took with him from learning the fucking, you know, going to the Pima Medical Institution of rappers there, you know what I mean, and go take it down there to the NOLA and figure it out with him saying, like, who that? You know what I mean? Like,
I just feel like
that shit was crazy.
Master
though.
P has just always been on it. You know what I mean? Like, if I like it,
He's an entrepreneur, bro.
I'm gonna put him on a track, and like
He's an
he
entrepreneur,
has
bro.
that ear. You know what I mean? He might not have been the best recorder, you know, or whatever, but like
He put everybody on,
he
dog.
put everybody on, and he definitely was one of those like the godfathers of rap. That was like my crew. We're all gonna wear Rolex watches. You know what I mean? Like I know we're gonna be like that, dog. Like once this shit hits, dog, I'm gonna be like, bro, everybody gets everything, dog. I don't give a fuck because money ain't a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
Ain't me, man. Shit. I just want my peace and ease there.
that's what I'm saying. Like give we
wanna,
give
you
it so
take
we
it.
could have our own sense of general peace in
I
the
just
world.
want it
you know?
all there. That's it. With that, then my peace and quiet is all I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all can, you know, whatever there. But
yeah,
we moving on.
West
you know
Coast
what I
Bad
mean?
Boys. Shout out to
That
y'all.
was
Shout out to
classic.
No Limit.
Go check that
Definitely a
out.
classic
Show
album.
it to your grandpa.
That one definitely belongs in the sleeve of like those classic, like when you get to the compilations and soundtrack part of your book
Your
of
vault.
CDs and shit like that, and you have that sleeve that's just a missing sleeve. Sorry.
That's what it is.
Once you put that compilation in there, you'll fully have the complete collection of what it is to know everything hip hop from every genre, every coast, every side of the United States. You know what I'm
Because it's
saying?
mixed in there with that compilation was wild. You know,
Most compilations are, dude. They're awesome.
I dig it.
I remember when we dropped Euthanasia, dude. We had like 28 artists
28 artists from that.
from New Mexico, and we put them all on songs with us. We put out like 15 tracks. There was at least 2 to 3 different artists from New Mexico. Some knew they were on the track with each other. Some didn't until the album came out. It was just, I love putting compilations together, dog. It was one of the funnest times of my life.
We
for
have
sure.
good ears. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We got our ears stretched.
If you guys want to go check it out, we predicted COVID shots before COVID shots even came out. Go check out the Euthanasia compilation by T.I.O. The Inspired Ones. Definitely one of the dopest albums out of New Mexico and the music industry for sure. We definitely told y'all. All right, moving along. Let's see. 1998, it was a quiet January before a loud year. No major 22 to 28 drops, but the context matters. In 1998, it was becoming one of hip hop's most iconic years, with Lauryn Hill dropping, DMX dropping, Outkast dropping, Jay-Z dropping, and a bunch of others redefining artistry, sales, and cultural power later on through that year. But do you remember this time? Like
Lauryn Hill was, she just dropped the Miseducation there for sure. DMX was
DMX
straight
just
up
came
rocking,
out.
dark and hell is hot there.
Yep.
Everybody's anticipating Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Outkast just freaking finished dropping, I want to say, Aquemini.
Yeah.
You know, that one was crazy.
this is like-
Jay-Z was doing the
Lifetimes.
Lifetimes, and Sean Carter there, where he was doing the Hard Knock Life and
Yep.
all of that there. You know, and then there was just a bunch of other artists there that were getting it in at the time there too. The West Coast was kind of like in their quiet mode. You know what I mean? They were doing like some hibernating. You know what I mean? Besides that right there, I mean, that time too, there 98, you know, little to be announced to everybody there. This time there, you know, in 99, they came out with, you know, the Chronic 2001.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Which
That's right.
introduced
Couple
Eminem
years
to
later.
that there. So think about it there. January 25, 99. What's that?
Oh, that was when
That's what we talking about now.
this was a cool album, honestly. I can't hate on this album. 1999, the shockwave came through. Eminem dropped My Name Is January 25th, 1999. The single detonated across radio and pop culture. Eminem's arrival redefined controversy, lyricism, and commercial crossover, permanently altering hip hop's global audience. Yes, he attracted all the white kids to buy his albums. But no, I do remember when Eminem did drop the Slim Shady LP. This was actually one of my favorite albums, and it does deserve to be in that CD book in the sleeve of like top lyricism. And,
You have to there if
and-
you're a
and
collector.
cool albums. Yeah, no, like
Even if you don't,
I
like
wasn't
it,
I
you
wasn't
still gotta have
hating
it
I
to
wasn't
buy it
hating
there.
on Eminem until the Marshall Mathers LP came out and he publicly dissed
ICP.
Violent J and Shaggy. Yeah, because you know we were super hardcore ICP fans. I wouldn't call ourselves like super juggalos. Like we did paint our face and go to the concerts, but like when it came down to like someone like, oh, I'm gonna fight you because you like ICP, or let's go beat up those kids because they listen to Eminem, we were like, nah, dog. Like we just like the music. Like
I'm out.
yeah, I'm not gonna just go around beating up kids that have bleach blonde hair just because I listen to ICP. But
Yeah.
it's because
Nah.
I really did. I did see the lyricism in Eminem when he first came out, and I still see it. But now it's kind of like a lot of reaching and a lot of biting and a lot of idea taking. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to My Name Is and the Slim Shady LP. I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to my world. And now you're sitting in the corner crying. And now it's my fault, my fault. Like, just that song right there was one of the craziest songs to hear because I had just did shrooms for the first time. Shout out to Job, shout out to TOE, shout out to you.
I was there when we were doing the mushrooms.
We did mushrooms for the first time in 1999. Well, I did anyway.
I like them a lot.
And now we do. We definitely do like them a little bit more now. But back then, I remember having the craziest trip of my life, and I already talked about it. But when
Yeah.
I heard the Eminem song, "I Never Meant to Give You Mushrooms, Girl," my fault, whatever. I was just like, damn, this is sick. And then I kept going through the album, and I was like, ugh. Role Models is pretty dope. And then I kept going through the album, and my favorite song, like honestly, from that album is Rock Bottom. Like Rock Bottom is definitely one of those songs where it like makes you like damn, this guy went through a bunch of bullshit, but like this is how you put it on paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was just one of those heartfelt songs. Honestly, like I could listen to that song still now, no matter how I feel about Eminem. I definitely liked his radio freestyles and this album for sure.
Got you. Yeah.
What do you? I know you didn't really. Yeah, I know. Shout out to Ruben.
My brother-in-law is the biggest fan in the world, like that. You know what I mean? He's a stan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
Rubenstein.
and then Steuben.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
Rubenstein.
Rubenstein.
But I got you there. You know what I mean? But
Ruben's
yeah,
cool.
we would go back
like
and forth all the time about this. There, you know what I mean? And every time he brought up something new, because I'm not that fucking much of a hater there too, that I would not give
Not
the time
listen
of
to it.
day
Yeah.
and let him say, "Oh, check out this new track," and try to sway me. And this is something. That's at least what we did. We lend our ear to other people and let them show me otherwise. You know what I mean? Think that I'm a
Well, when they were going through their
Smart
shit,
person
like
with
when
that,
it was
man.
back and forth diss tracks and this and that, right? From Eminem and ICP.
well, those were
like
entertaining.
those were
there,
entertaining as fuck, but
but,
like he was coming to show you like look how lyrical he can
like
get.
the
or
newer
look-
stuff
look-
after
look
there,
at this
after the
cool
beef was
idea.
done. You know what I mean?
Look
Like,
at this
oh
cool
yeah,
idea he had for
this
a
is
song.
so much way better than what he had before. And I'm like, no, dog. Like,
He said nah.
no, dog.
And then
I'm sorry. This is me there.
the year after that, 2000, the South was rising. It was no
Shout out to
specific
all the M
date, but
lovers,
January drops. But the culture was shifting. Cash Money, No Limit, and artists like Nelly were pushing Southern rap into mainstream, setting the tone for the new millennium with songs like "E.I. E.I. Uh-oh." You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people forget that Nelly was definitely competition for Eminem, Jay-Z, who was it? DMX. He was
Gator boots.
all the Cash Money stuff, all the No Limit stuff that was coming out at the time. So like
Man.
for Nelly to come out of the Midwest and just dominate and go diamond just like Eminem was, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I don't know.
like
99.
even like Jay-Z, what did he say?
2099.
The only one moving units is M, Pimp Juice, and us. And he was talking about at the time that the only people that were selling albums
Were those
was Jay-Z, Eminem, and Nelly
Yep.
in his camp, like Air Force Ones and shit like that. You
Give
know?
me 2 pair.
Yeah. And then to
Air
come
Force
back and then you
Ones.
did Grills, dog, and then Grills blew the fuck up with Paul Wall and fucking Jermaine Dupri, right?
You had Big Gip, right?
Big Gip on that shit.
Jermaine Dupri produced that, dude.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing.
That's one of the sickest beats of all time, dog.
Diamond in the bottom, rose
Yeah,
gold.
yeah. So shout out to Nelly and shout out to all the artists that were coming out in the very
That
first
time was culture shift.
year of the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? And it was just crazy to see. And then you go into 2001 with the empire building, like Jay-Z's business dominance, Eminem's superstardom, and Kanye West behind the scenes rise were definitely reshaping hip hop's power structure at the time. And then when Kanye came in the mix, it was crazy. Like there was no one fucking with Kanye. I remember, what do you say? He said Benzino drive a Benz, so they call him Benzino. When I get my Bentley, they gonna call me Bentlino. A lot of shit changed since I hooked with Jay-Z, yo. For the feature, charge about 500 C notes or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like that shit's, bro.
Those
like,
are mixtape lyrics that we
Kanye
heard,
was
man.
in his motherfucking lyrical bag and his beats bag at the fucking same time, and just to see that shit unfolding, and then my cousin DJ Exclusive just getting so excited with the shit, like, dog, did you hear this shit? And throwing us
Check it out.
these new exclusives from Kanye West and everybody in the 2000s at this time. Because remember, from 2000 to like 2005, we're straight listening to everything that DJ Exclusive gave us.
Yep.
Right.
And it was all digging in the mixtapes that we're listening to DJ Dramas.
He
the
would go to
Gangsta
LA.
Girls,
He would
and
go
we
to
do
L-
all of that thing. Yeah,
He would go to
so-
LA Underground, and he would go to Record Roundup, which isn't even closed anymore. Rest in peace, Record Roundup. And he would
miss
buy
you.
all the new mixtapes that just came out that week, and all the new albums that came out this week. And what he would do is he would scam through them all and pick the best. Like literally, he would pick the best songs off of each one. Like undoubtedly, like he was like choosing them like how someone would choose like radio hits, and then
we're
some
gonna
of
play
them,
this song, not
some of
this
them
one,
even
but-
ended up being like, we're like, oh, this song's sick, and then 2 months later you heard it on the radio, you're like, oh yeah, I already heard that shit.
Yeah,
man.
T-Pain, I'm in love with a stripper.
Yeah, like when T-Pain first came out and shit like that, Akon first coming out, like
Remember
all
taking
that
that
shit.
to the strip club
We-
for my birthday?
We heard Locked Up like maybe 6 months before it even came out. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was crazy, dog. Like just to be able to hear these songs and then watch them go and take off is kind of like the craziest
I
thing.
remember getting Project Pat fucking albums out here before they even like Chicken Head.
Yeah.
Remember, I got Chicken Head, that Chicken Head. I got that 6, 7 months before it even came out over here. We weren't even banging that.
Yeah.
And I got it from my homeboy from the South, man. You know what I'm saying? All we do it there, man. Mississippi, man. The good old days when we used to get CDs that came from other states.
And then like 2003, right? Like singles were ruling the game. Like Snoop Dogg came in with Beautiful, January 23rd, 2003. Pharrell's produced, radio-friendly, and polished hit, signaling hip-hop's seamless blend with pop aesthetics. Definitely one of my favorite songs was Drop It Like It's Hot when it first came out with Snoop and Pharrell, you know?
Yes.
And that definitely catapulted Snoop back into household name
Stardom?
ish.
Stardom, excuse
Yeah,
me.
you know what I'm saying? Because at first he was really known to all the rappers. Like he definitely went through this phase of freestyling in the streets to recording songs to gaining rappers' respect to gaining business people respect and then gaining superstardom, like household name respect, right? Like that's kind of like the lineage of how Snoop Dogg went down. And I know this because I listened to Snoop Dogg since Doggy Style. And just seeing the transition year by year, and now he's fucking doing shit with Martha Stewart and like just blowing the fuck up. Like it's just crazy to see someone go from wearing an LBC hat, smoking a joint to smoking blunts and coming out with your own kind of lighter with Martha Stewart. You know what I'm saying? It's just like crazy just to see the full circleness on that.
At the Olympics.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Olympics. What hasn't he done? You know what I mean?
Fucking even. Yeah, I lit the
Snoop
torch up
Dogg is
at the
like Snoop
Olympics,
Dogg went to his
cuz.
agent and he's like, everything you guys were gonna give Tupac and Biggie, give to me, cuz. You know what I mean? Like that's literally
I lit the torch at the Olympics, cuz.
I lit the torta, cuz.
I lit the torch at the Olympics, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
I got that torta lit.
That's
All right, but
crazy.
anyway, yeah. So shout out to Snoop Dogg, and then
Tortillas.
Eminem dropped Superman January 27, 2003. I didn't really like the song, but a lot of girls did. I remember like my girlfriend, she would always bump that shit, and I was like, yeah, I hate Eminem even more. No, I'm just kidding. Nah, but let's see, we're moving along. 2004, Speed Rap and Regional Power, Twista drops Kamikaze, January 27, 2004. Debuted at number 1 on the Billboard. Kamikaze proved lyrical speed and technical precision, could dominate mainstream charts. Shout out to Twista, definitely one of the sickest Chicago artists to ever exist.
Man, not to mention Guinness Book World Record holder at one time in his life.
For the fastest rap ever, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I remember he went up to him and Do or Die. They had beef with Bone Thugs at one point, right? Was that true? Like they're fighting over who came up with the fast rap shit.
yes.
Like I remember that was going down. I remember when Eminem was first coming out, he was rapping really fast at his battles, and he said he kind of owes that to Twista.
Twista was dope with it there. You know
Adrenaline
what I mean?
Rush, dog.
Just like all that.
Even the shit with Do or Die, dog. Like till this day, like when I hear like
It's still untouched.
Chocolate Fees and Red Bones or Do You Want to Ride or just any of those classic songs that you remember cruising down Central, like we're gonna go get some Beezies, dog. Just throw on that fucking J Prince hook and fucking grow. You know what I mean? Like
You're gonna wash the Daytons.
Yeah.
Gonna wash the candy paint.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's a Friday night. We got paid, and hey, let's go figure it out. Got a bag. Need to pull out for a 12-pack and a bottle, and we're good. You know what I mean? We'll holla at you tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to Twister, man. Let's see what else happened. 2005, 2006, we had Paul Wall and Chameleonaire, The Controversy Sells. And then Spice One dropped Diane to Ball. We also had Ghetto Boys, The Foundation. And Buck 65 dropped this here's Buck 65. And then let's see, we go to 2007, 2009. That's when Trap emerges. We got Big Noid.
You said you liked this cat, huh?
Big Noid's sick, dog. Illustrious, definitely a dope album. Dropped January 22nd, 2008. Followed by OJ the Juice Man, The Other Side of the Trap, January 27, 2009.
Okay.
And then we go into 2012, 2014 when Tech 9 drops Semi Psycho and Schoolboy Q. Drops Break the Bank January 21st, 2014. A gritty promo single setting the stage for modern West Coast revival.
All those artists have good runs.
Yeah, we've talked about Schoolboy Q before. Definitely one of the best artists to ever come out of the West
They
Coast.
just keep popping up.
And then we had 2015. That was the year of Ray Shremmer. They dropped Shrem Live January 6, 2015. Trap Pop Dominance.
Is a real crowd pizza.
And she
Might give
smells
her a
like a
piece of
skeezer.
pizza.
She tried to buy me a melted cheese.
That's why I said, yo, here's the pizza.
Around here, they call that a pizza.
That's
No,
horrible.
I'm just kidding.
Huh?
And then Lupe Fiasco dropped. And then let's see, 2024, 2025, we had Benny the Butcher. He dropped Everybody Can't Go, January 26, 2024, followed by Kevin Gates, The Ceremony, January 26th. And then Central C dropped Can't Rush Greatness, January 24, 2025. UK rap asserting global influence.
Shout out to London.
And then we got 2026, the long-awaited return of A$AP Rocky. Don't Be Dumb is actually on its way. I can't wait to hear this album, dog.
I love the title.
Just the confidence that would come from you, that would like, I just had 2 babies with Rihanna. She's a billionaire. I'm a millionaire. I just beat a case for
I just love it because
shooting a guy with a fake gun.
Don't be dumb, dog.
Yeah,
that's
don't
like,
be
for
dumb,
me,
dog.
That's the funniest shit ever because we just say dumb all the time. Like, yo, fucking be dumb.
We're dumb as fuck. And this is episode 27, Blunt Kings Podcast. I am your host with the most, the grossest uncle, Tio Val. This is my boy.
Hey, Omega with the funky dope flavor, a.k.a. the funko, the drunko, the fayo, ayo.
Until next week, stay rolling up them blunts, stay kinging, and stay doing all the dope shit that comes with it. Strain Damage, we out. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you next week at Monday morning, 4:20. Be there, sharp.
Peace.